year ago. So
oh wow,
they were playing like a lot of their wedding songs and stuff. It was really cool how they like, you know, it's really beautiful how the lady who married him also, she like sent her on her vacation, so she was able to like, you know, like tie in the things. It was like 1 or 2 years ago they got married. I don't understand time very well, but they were using like the songs from the wedding and stuff. It was like really cool how she tied in, you know, we joined and stuff.
Nice.
So I supported Kleenex today.
You supported your daughter today too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shut the eyes for just a moment. Grounding through both sitting bones, sitting head, neck, and trunk straight. Chin is parallel to the floor. And beginning Kapalabhati, either at my rhythm or your rhythm, you decide. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Asatoma Sadagamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Sahana Bhavantu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now preparing for nature the Ayamam. Allowing the eyes to remain shut, begin to make infinity signs to the bottom right, varying the size and the speed. Next time the eyes approach the starting point, allowing the eyes to stop, and then reverse. Next time the eyes approach the starting point, allowing the eyes to stop, to soften to the back of the skull, bringing the palms together, rubbing them together, getting lots of heat, lots of energy. And when you feel the heat, cup the palms over the eyes, taking the energy from the crown chakra directly to the arms, forearms, palms, back into the eyes. Once the heat begins to dissipate, gently give the eyes, temples, cheeks, whatever needs a little extra touch this evening, a little extra healing. When you're ready, go ahead, open the eyes, take a hold of the knees, and just begin to make some big circles. Make the circles just a bit smaller. And now just above the hip pointers. Pause in neutral, slide it forward. Aloha Linda. Hello Ruth. Hello Ali. So for those of you at home, Wednesdays we do the class in silence. So enjoy. And yes, the boys did sound very dramatic tonight. Poor guys. Walk it back up. Quickly switch to the opposite legs in front. Big circles going in the opposite direction. So when we do these silent classes, you have opportunity to really focus on the pose and what's happening in the pose, what you're feeling in the pose, where the resistance is. Open up to what the pose is offering you, which could be answers, could be more questions, could be insights, awarenesses. Make the circles a little smaller. Just above the hip pointers. Pause, fingertips, slide it forward. Press back through those sitting bones. Slide it back. Push the legs forward. Give them a bit of a shake. Turn to the left. Don't let the feet do anything but stay in the same plane. Stay here. You can walk it down. You can press the hands on blocks, the forearms on blocks. Just don't let the slide lift up. Keep that slight internal rotation. Walk it up, take it to the second side. Walk it back. Take the hands behind, fingers point towards the butt, 8 to 12 inches or so from the hips. Now just start, so we're just starting. Just feel like you're trying to really squeeze the elbows towards each other and lift the chest and sternum up. Slide the feet back, keep that lift, and take it up. Release down. As you release down, push the legs forward, immediately go into Paschimottanasana. With the inhalation, bring it up. Same thing. Lift. Slide the feet back, press. Lift it up. Lift through this hip pointers. Slide internal rotation with the thighs. Release. Forward. Go into Paschimottanasana. Now we're going to continue that. You're going to continue at your own pace. So I don't want you to fly through. If you want to, you can use a block here. So the same thing. So you're just going to squeeze a block, middle of the thighs, press the hands back, lift. Stay here squeezing the block in so it's not just there. So if I come by, I would not be able to pull it out from between the legs. Pull the legs in, press it up. Keep squeezing the block in. You'll release it down, and then you go into Paschimottanasana. So take it a couple of breaths in each one, and if one feels particularly challenging, then stay in that one longer. So this Kriya is about opening up to what is coming to you, being receptive to it, but you can only open up, right, if you let go of the past. So you're letting go of the past so that you can open up to receive whatever is in store for you. Try to keep the feet parallel to each other the whole time. Finish out this last round here. You'll remove the block. You're going to keep the block handy though. You're going to just do 5 spinal rolls. At the end of the 5th, you'll roll up over to all 4s. Take the block back in. This time really get it up as high into the crotch as you can and squeeze it. Lisa. Wednesdays are silent Wednesdays, so there won't be so much talking, just more direction. So we're coming to all fours with the block in between the thighs. Squeeze that block. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. So let's all try downward facing dog with the pointer fingers parallel to each other tonight. So the fingers are going to spread out to the side just a little bit. Now you're going to come back towards the all fours position, but I don't want the knees to touch. If they need to, of course, let them. Press back, downward facing dog. Now doing that nice and slow on your own. Keep the navel drawing back towards the spine. Next time you come down with the knees, stay there, just hovering, just a bit, just hovering. Don't change the breath. See if you can really focus on it. Keep the navel drawing back. Press back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Drop into chair, bring the arms up. Squeeze the block. Couple more breaths. Push it up. Swan dive it down, walk it back to downward facing dog. Keep the block there. Remember, if at any point you want to remove the block, you can. Come to a forward plank. Lower down just halfway. Push it up. Do that 10 more times on your own. Press back, downward facing dog. When you're back in downward facing dog, walk the hands back to the feet. Open the arms, come up, drop the chair pose again. Don't tuck the tailbone, push it back. Is the mind still here, or has the mind gone someplace else? Push it all the way up. Take it down, walk it back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right hand, right foot. Don't let the legs touch. Keep the block in between, side plank. Left arm up. Keep the feet in line with each other. Hips go forward. Nice. Release back, downward facing dog. Come to a forward plank. Lower up and down on your own 11 times, press back, downward facing dog. When you get to downward facing dog, side plank, second side. Stack those feet. Release, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back, chair pose. Open up, take it into chair. Just something to consider. What are your feelings towards this block right now? Are you enjoying that this block is creating some resistance, making it a little more challenging for you? Are you despising this block? So how do you feel when someone creates some resistance for you, creates some challenges for you? Are you grateful for them? Are you grateful for this block because you know you're getting stronger? Push it up. Swan dive it down. Walk it back, downward facing dog. Come to that forward plank. Up and down 11 times on your own. At the end of the 11th, side plank, but let's do the left side first this time. Downward facing dog. Take it to the second side. keep that top foot busy. Take it back, downward facing dog. Okay, you might need to, in downward facing dog, you might quickly just push the block so that it's maybe slightly behind the thighs. Come to a forward plank. And if you need to, and you can always adjust too. So we're going all the way to the floor. So lower down, and if you want to lower the block down the thighs a little bit, you can. So lower all the way down. Interlace the hands behind the back of the head. Bend the legs. Squeeze the block, flex the feet. Now lift the torso and the legs up. May not lift very high at all. See if you can squeeze that block and bring the block with you. So the block's not just there to look pretty right now. So if, like I said, if you need to lower the block down, lower it down. Release. Do that a few times on your own. Squeeze the block, flex the feet, lift the legs. And if you're feeling like you really don't want to bend the legs, you can keep the legs straight and lift as well too. Nice. Do it a few times on your own. Next time you lift, just pause and hold. And release. Squeeze the block, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Back to what we started with, so drop towards the knees, but don't let the knees touch. So all fours, but knees just hovering off the floor. Can you lift the left arm up now? Just straight out and head. Try not to lean too much to one side. Nice. Release, second arm. Release. Do that a couple times on your own. Okay, finish the last one out so they're balanced. Drop down towards the heels. Scoot the block up a little bit. My, you got a big block. Sorry. Back to Silent Wednesday. Okay, so take the hands, and if you need to adjust them forward to the side, do what you need to, because it's a little different than the way we normally do it. But you're gonna keep the tops of the feet on the floor. Squeeze the block, lower down. When you get to the top, maybe add a little extra squeeze.
That's too far.
The hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, make them more to the sides. Yeah. A few more rounds. Lifts, ups and downs. Okay, the next time you lift up, pause and hold. Can you add Kapalabhati? Push forward. Keep the block there. Just a few cat and cows here with the block now. Next time you come through neutral, pause, press back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, come really far forward onto your tippy toes. Squeeze the block, press back. Really far forward. So you're even pushing the shoulders a little bit over the arms. And press back. Stay really high on those toes when you come forward. So it's a little different than plank. Now, when you get back to downward facing dog, press to downward facing dog, come to a forward plank, and then you're just going to rock back and forward onto the balls of the feet. Okay, press back, downward facing dog. Come to a forward plank. Drop down to the forearms for forearm plank. Slide the feet back. Try not to have the butt too high. Okay, you have 3 possible arm positions. The arms can stay like this. You can kind of angle it. We're going into a side plank. Or you can have the forearm parallel to the long line or the short line of the mat. So figure out which one works best for the shoulders you're traveling with. Take it to side plank. Stack the feet, don't let them touch. Keep the hips pointed towards the wall. Back to forearm plank. Switch sides. Is that your nervous laugh?
No. Just go wobble left.
And then release. Warm plank. Couple of breaths here. Goes back to plank, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back. Chair pose. Bring the arms up. And can you do chair on the balls of the feet? Couple more breaths. Feet flat. Push it all the way up. Take it over. Let's go into Uttanasana, just a forward fold. Hang on to the elbows. Lift the forearms up just a little bit. And that's just going to give you a little extra length. Go ahead and have a slight bend in the knees as well too. Switch it so the opposite forearm's in that lead position. Take the right hand somewhere on the outside of the left leg. You can either take the left hand to the hip, or you can lift it up, or you can wrap the left hand around the right thigh. Switch sides. Release. Walk it back to downward facing dog. Take it to all fours. Do 5 cat and cows. Go ahead, move the block out of the way, swing the legs forward and go into Paschimottanasana. We're going to be in Paschimottanasana for a few breaths. Go ahead, walk it back. Take the block. And let's go into bridge pose using the block. So you're just going to rest on the block. Have the block right at the sacrum area. Okay, now take the legs straight out. Block right in the middle of the back. Rest on the block. So remember, this is actually a Kriya. It's about changing your perspective. So if life is very easy, we have nothing that creates resistance, nothing that rubs us, we don't change. It's when we go through that resistance that we get polished, that we change. And when we appreciate and value that resistance, then that makes us grateful. So what is it in anything in your life perhaps that you need to change your perspective on, to be very appreciative of what is happening, how it is happening, for the lesson it's giving you. So just contemplate that. The block that was creating so much extra for us now is supporting us. So that which creates resistance is actually supporting us. It's helping us grow. It can help us cultivate those incredible qualities that will make us shine. Go ahead, release the legs, lift up, come off of the block. If you know that the hips are going to need a little extra support, put the left foot on top of the block. Otherwise, you don't need it. Right ankle to the outside of the left thigh, really flex through the right foot. You can either just push the right leg away or squeeze it in. And if you're squeezing it in, you want to roll around a little bit, so fidget a little bit until you find that spot where you're like, yeah. You can foot to the left, knee to the right. Switch sides. Release the legs, squeeze them in. Feet flat, lift the butt, take it over about 2 inches to the right, squeeze the legs in, open the arms like airplane wings. Knees stay right on top of each other, drop to the left. Come back through center, feet flat, shift the butt over to the second side. Squeeze the knees, keep them stacked. Now come back through center. Feet flat, take the butt so the butt's in the center of the mat, squeeze the legs in and release, and let's get ready for relaxation. So doing whatever you need to do, then making any adjustments so the body can become totally quiet. Totally still. Then we allow the space at the crown of the head to relax. The space in between the eyebrows, relax. Temples, relax. Eyes, nose, mouth, relax. Chin, jawline, ears, relax. Neck, throat, relax. Shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, relax. Wrist, palms, fingers, relax. Tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, relax. Chest, belly, all the internal organs, relax. Hips, buttocks, relax. Thighs, knees, shins, calves, relax, ankles, heels, arches, tops of the feet, balls of the feet, toes, relax. The entire body has become totally, completely relaxed. Now returning to the breath, directing it to the toes and the fingers. Gently begin to wiggle them, allowing the body to stretch and to move as if for the first time today. And when it is ready, bringing it to a seated posture. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhakpalit. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all experience prosperity in everything. May all be free from suffering. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. See you tomorrow.